Hey YouTube, alright, sorry about the video quality, but that's just how it is. I'm going to do this with a webcam. I'm holding it in my hand, so it's going to be a little jumpy, and who really gives a damn though? You're going to learn something from this. This is called the Circle of Fifths. Circle of Fifths. And I look at this thing and I wonder, what in the hell is this? Everybody explains it. They say how you need to know all this stuff about the Circle of Fifths. It explains a lot of stuff, teaches you about chords and sharps and flats, and I don't understand any of it. I've been teaching myself guitar for 2.5 years now, and I'd say within the first year I was doing bar chords, and now I'm really starting to get into bar chords and starting to understand playing notes in the different keys, and that's opened up a whole different world for me as I'm teaching myself that. Okay, so I wanted to find out what in the world is this Circle of Fifths all about that everyone talks about, and do you really need it? And maybe you do need it, but as far as I'm concerned, you don't need it. It's a big waste of time. So I'm going to explain some stuff to you now. Of course, my luck, I removed the marker that I had here for my videos, so let me explain a little bit about what this whole chart is, and then I'll just show you the sheet of paper that I wrote up that makes a lot more sense. It's a lot easier to use. All right, this chart, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 12 segments in this chart. You don't really, sorry about the wobbling again, but that's just how it is. I'm looking at the monitor, making sure. Part of this is at least in the video. Okay, so it's in 12 segments, and you really deal with a quarter of the chart at a time, but you don't really deal with a quarter of the chart because that would be 4 segments, and we're just going to deal with 3. So what's the point of this whole thing? Let's deal with 3 segments. We're going to deal with 3 segments at a time, and this is all going to make sense in a few seconds. Let's say that you were in the key. Is that showing? Yeah. Oh boy, it's wobbling all over the place. Should I move this? Should I put that down? Yeah, that's even worse. How bad is that? All right, who cares? Let's just hold this back up. Is that good? Yeah. The key of C. Let's say that we're dealing in the key of C. Your major chords in the key of C that you are going to use 95% of the time are going to be in the segments to the left and the right of you. So if you're in the key of C, 95% of the chords that you're going to use for majors are going to be C, F, and G. Really simple. And your minors are going to be A minor, D minor, and E minor. So that's really all I get out of this totally gay chart is that 95% of the chords that I'm ever going to use in the key of C are going to be the one to the left of it, the one to the right of it, and the minors, the one to the left of it, the one to the right of it, and below it. The same for the key of G. Key of G, major chords in the key of G are going to be G, C, and D, and the minors are going to be E minor, A minor, and B minor. The key of D, let's go one on each side. Key of D, your majors are going to be G, A, and D. Minors are B minor, E minor, F sharp minor. Key of A, major is going to be A, D, and E. Minors F sharp minor, B minor, C sharp minor. Key of E, majors are going to be E, A, and B. Minors are going to be C sharp minor, F sharp minor, G sharp minor. And then the key of F, majors are going to be F, C, and B flat, or A sharp, however you want to look at it. I hate using the flats. I like calling it sharps, but everybody lists an A sharp as a B flat. And your minors in the key of F are going to be D minor, A minor, and G minor. So that's really all I get out of this chart. And maybe there's more. Maybe there's a lot more that I'm missing. Like, I don't really care if something has 5 sharps, 4 sharps, 3 sharps, 2 sharps. I don't care if I know that in the key. Why? Because I'm going to show you what I did. And I did this I made this chart, and then I started looking at this circle of fifths, and I went, oh, so this is what the circle of fifths is. This is really all it comes down to. Yeah, sorry, it kind of got folded up when it came out of the printer. I did the same thing here because I was trying to teach myself how to play. Most of my songs, since I've been learning from the beginning, are in the key of C. Everybody does C, G, A minor, E minor, and F. That's how most of us learn. And so last week I decided I was going to do some transposing and try to teach myself some of these other keys and what notes are in those keys. And guess what? It's the exact same stuff that is in the circle of fifths. So I'll keep this on the screen. If you want to write it down, you can. It might help you a little bit. So most of our songs in the key of C. Trying to get this adjusted right. There it is. Most of the stuff we do as beginners, C, G, A minor, E minor, F. And the D minor is also listed on that chart. So I threw it in there. The key of A, I've been messing with this chart now. I love it. I really love it. It's forcing me to do bar chords that I really don't do. I didn't understand this whole thing. I knew I would play songs C, G, A minor, E minor, and F, and some of my songs I was playing D, A, B minor, F sharp minor, and G, and other songs I was doing the G, D, E minor, B minor, and C. And I knew that I could play it differently if I just figured out the chords, but I didn't really understand that I was playing a group of chords in a certain key. So I'm going to leave this up here. Yeah, that's a really bad angle. If you want to write this down, this will help you a lot. Now, the stuff that I put in this right column, I got that off of the circle of fifths just now. I'm not really sure if it applies. It probably does. But we all do songs with the 5 chords, C, G, A minor, E minor, and F. So the top line, I duplicated it down here, but I was trying to show how this is what I was starting with. That's the key that I started in, key of C. And then I did my transposing, and here's A. It's the key of A. You have E, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, and D. And the wheel of fifths says, circle of fifths says the B minor also. Key of B, we got B, F sharp, G sharp minor, D sharp minor, E. The wheel of fifths says C sharp minor goes on there too. We already did the key of C. Key of D, D has A, B minor, F sharp minor, G, and E minor. Key of E, E, B, C sharp minor, G sharp minor, and A, and the wheel of fifths says F sharp minor. Key of F, F, C, D minor, A minor, B flat or A sharp, and G minor. And then the key of G has G, D, E minor, B minor, C, and the wheel of fifths says A minor. So it's kind of cool. Well, hold on, I'm gonna try to get my. We'll put this looking at the wall for a second. Sorry about that. High level video, I know. Let me get the guitar. Let me get the guitar over here. I'm gonna adjust the light and get my circle of fifths thing out of here. And put this sheet of paper up here so I can look at it for a second. And let me reposition it now. Hopefully you can see it. All right, there we go. All right, let me give you a little example. Too much glare. Okay, so this is what we normally play when we're beginners. C, G, A minor, E minor, and F. That's probably going to be most of the notes in your beginning songs, but we'll cover the majority of what you play. Okay, so I've stayed mostly up in here. I've I really had no need to advance past the first 3 frets. Maybe my goal originally was I was going to stay in the first 3 frets and never go anywhere else. Then I decided I was going to go into the first 5 frets and not go anywhere else. Then I decided I was going to go a little bit further because I couldn't do the B. I couldn't get the B over here, but I could get the B way up here. What the heck is that? 3, 5, the 7th fret. I could do the B in the 7th fret, but I couldn't really do it well down on the 2nd. This is the 2nd, 3rd, whatever the hell it is. So I started messing around up there, but I can't really play too much higher because I've got the body of the guitar, so I can't position my fingers in there too well. So again, we did the C, G, A minor, E minor, and F. And like I said, I noticed that some of the songs I was playing, I didn't know at the time they were in the key of G, but I was doing the same thing with G, D, A minor, B minor, and C. It's the exact same thing. It's just in a different key, playing different notes, but it's the same pattern pretty much. Okay, so the other key that I noticed I was playing in was D, because I've done a bunch of songs, beginning songs, same pattern, D, A, B minor, F sharp minor, and G. So all 3 of those that I played are the exact same pattern, just in a different key. So if you wrote down that chart that I showed you, it's really kind of cool because now, like I said, I stayed in this area. I never had any reason to advance further, but now I do. I went into the, which key was I using? The key of E and the key of A. So I was doing my E's, and I jumped up here, which was the same bar pattern, and I did my B, and then I went down 2 and I did my A, and then over here, G sharp minor, C sharp minor. Those are the key, those are the chords, main chords in the key of E. So that's the same thing as what I just did in the key of C. And I used to love the key of C, and now I realize that, oh, I guess you didn't see that in the video, or maybe you did. I don't know. The key of C really kind of sucks because it doesn't sound half as good as listening to this key of E. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I started doing those about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it really forces me, it might for you too, it forced me to learn to transition a lot better and to do some of these bar chords that I just didn't do. Okay, and I'm going to do it also in the key of A. And I can do my A here in the 2nd fret, or I can do it in the 5th fret. Is that right? 5th, which sounds a lot better. I used to like the lower frets, but it sounds kind of cool. So let's do A, E, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, D. All right, what else have I not done? B. I haven't done the key of B. It's not as easy for me, but it sounds incredibly awesome. B, F sharp minor, oh, F sharp, which I've never played until I started doing this chart 2 weeks ago. B, F sharp, G sharp minor, D sharp minor, and E. Okay, so we've done C, A, B. Did I do D? I didn't do D. Where's the other one that I want to do? I'm not really good with the key of F. I'm definitely not good because I'm not good with my B flat or A sharp, but let me just show it to you also. Here is F, C, B minor, I read the wrong line, F, C, D minor, A minor, and this is what I've been working on, the B flat, A sharp. I know you're supposed to do it this way with the 3 fingers and bar, very hard to do. Really easy to do on an electric guitar. I tried it today. Piece of cake on the electric guitar. But doing this on an acoustic, very difficult for me. Oh, that sounds a lot better. But I've been trying to practice with the 2-finger bar chord, using this to go across 2, 3, and 4. And this to go on the 5, and this came out to be my B flat. Which really sucks. All right, now you see why I'm having problems with the F chord, or the F key, because that B flat is very difficult for me. Sometimes I get it, and a lot of times I don't. It's just too much trouble. And the 3 fingers, all right, but it's a lot easier on the electric. Okay, so that's my video on the circle of fifths. Have any questions? Feel free to leave comments. If you think the video sucks, I already know that, and you can leave comments about that too. And check out my channel. I got a whole bunch of videos of me as I started teaching myself how to play guitar. Over the last 2.5 years, you can hear me singing and playing my first song, It Was a Nightmare, and then I've advanced to a little bit better than what I used to be before. And that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed my video and you learned something from it. The circle of fifths is a big waste of time, and my amazing chart will save you a lot of time, and it will help you a lot. Enjoy!